So it seems like we have to have another talk. And I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about talking about this one. So back in 2005, that's when I got my first laptop. Probably in 2004, but I think 2005 or 2006. Mostly 2005. And I got to see the internet world basically around that time and until today. So basically, almost 20 years now, right? Yeah, once it turns 2025, it'll be 20 years I've been online, basically. It's a long time, right? And most people think, well, that's not really much because, people aren't online 24/7. Okay. Yeah, most people aren't. Me, on the other hand, I was. I treat the online world as my second world, if that makes sense. More like my first world, I'll be more honest with you all. See, social life, I did have a social life. I had a lot of friends and stuff like that. But honestly, I treated social life as if it was obligations or something like that. Like, I had to, it's just something I had to do. I didn't want to hang out with my friends. I didn't want to, sometimes I did. But most of the time, I just wanted to sit back, get on the laptop, play some free games, or go on a chat site, chat app. Chat app, yeah. I wouldn't use chat sites. Those were weird. Those were for the creeps. I'd use chat apps, like Pal Talk. Those were for the more normal people or the more conspiracy theorist people. And also a little bit of the creeps too on Pal Talk. It just depends where you click, what room you click on. But I made the internet my new home once I got my laptop, and it stayed that way. And I see now that things aren't going so good with the online world. In fact, more than not so good, but they're going pretty much terrible. For the past couple of years, I've been hoping it'd get better. It's not getting better though. It might seem like to some people, and very few people, it's getting better. But it seems like most people are viewing it like I am, like it's at a downfall and it's crashing. And I think I know why. See, back in 2005, there was a lot more sites. There's a lot more apps. There's a lot more games. There's a lot more cartoon videos that were created for online view. Today, there's not as much as it was. So everyone has to, all try to fit in some apps. And what happens is those apps become randomized. Not like they were intended to become in the future, but more suited for everyone. I don't think that was supposed to how the internet was supposed to work. Honestly, I don't think so. Because back then on the internet, there was something for everyone, and there was so much of it. Like you didn't have the problem with, you did have the problem with it. Like people, like for example, creeping on kids. Okay. But you didn't have it such as a big problem as it is today. Why? Because they took away those creeps apps, and where did those creeps go? Well, they didn't get offline. What they did was they just migrated to another app. And what they did was eventually they found out, oh, this place seems fun for me or something like that. Honestly, I feel like that because that's the reason why I don't really make Roblox gameplays anymore. It's just too much creepy stuff going on there. Not like scary creepy, horror creepy. I'm talking about like old people preying on kids creepy, and I don't like that. I like to fight against that, but I don't want to be in the same room, you know, as it. I'd rather be I'd rather be the sniper guy, you know, like, okay, got the creep on sight. He's walking up to the kid now. I gotta take a shot. It's getting too close. It's getting too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be up there and be like, you all seeing this? What's going on right here? And then next thing you know, it's like everyone there is just used to it now. Like it's become normalized. I don't like that at all. Because it feels like there's like no chance of even fighting against it anymore. It hurts. Over time, they've just been taking and taking and taking. And next thing you know, you don't got much to go to. So, it's weird because we actually are seeing a new problem online, and that new problem is overpopulation. Back in 2005, 2006, we didn't have a problem with overpopulation on sites because there were so many sites to go to. It was able like to separate the good from the wicked from the stupid, you know? Now, it's not like that. And because of that, it causes people to teach and people to learn from others. And it doesn't really, it's not really a good thing when it comes down to it. When it comes down, you know, if it's someone like me teaching, trying to help people learn the truth and how to better themselves, you know, that's a good thing. But the thing is, a lot of others, not a lot of, a lot of others are doing quite the opposite. Like those people that lost their sites and then they came over to other sites. They try to teach others like their bad ways of life. That way they hope, I think they hope that like they get their sights back. In reality, most likely they're not going to get their sight back unless if we went lawless, which that ain't going to happen. Or had freedom. But yeah, I feel like that's where the online problem is at today. It's just, it's really not that safe anymore. And like okay, like that's, I just explained to you why it's not safe for a younger generation. Alright? Due to the lack of sites and apps out there for that the creeps out there. But now let's talk about the older generation, why it's not safe for the older generation. Get away from my plant, birds. Sorry, there's two birds about to sit on my plant. Heck no. They go crap in my plant. But, so for the older generation, online isn't safe because, well, they can't tell the difference between the scam and the real, legit stuff. And that's because, oddly enough, there's a lot more scams out there than there is real deals. Honestly, oddly enough. There's still a lot of real deal sites out there, meaning like you'll go shopping online and you'll get actually what you pay for. But then again, there's probably even more fake sites out there that be acting like shop sites or acting like, you know, these antivirus programs or phone companies even. There's a whole bunch of things scammers can do today, and therefore there's a lot of it, and it's not safe for the older generation because they think, you know, online has been made super safe when that's not the case at all. Online is just as worse as real life now. Pretty wild. Then, for example, like the AI stuff, you know, once the AI stuff started coming up, and I felt like this is gonna be really awesome. But then, you know, I didn't really think it fully through. Yes, I was helping it train and learn, so it can develop. Like when AI first came out, the way I view AI is like this. You can say there's open AI and closed AI, and the difference is supposed to be open AI gets linked to the internet, and it gets to search itself and help grow itself up. And then closed AI is something more for like an AI that's not open to the internet or not allowed to go on the internet. So basically, it learns from human interactions. But honestly, I don't believe that. I believe all AI is open AI because it just doesn't make any sense. You got something that's strong as AI, not, and you're saying you can put up a firewall around it and keep it at a certain place or to do a certain task right away from the start. I don't believe it. I really didn't. But I had hope for it. Little did I think, I didn't fully think it through. I wasn't the only one training that AI. Many others were training that AI. Like I said, overpopulation was a thing online now. And it still is. And because people don't have certain sites to go to for their satisfaction, they're going, exploring new. Where some people don't belong. We'll say like crazy and evil people going on the good side, like something like with AI technology where it needs to learn from the humans, What they should have done was this. They should have really made it closed AI, meaning they should have just never put it online. They should have raised it and made it smart and wise the way it's supposed to be, as it was intended to be, instead of allowing everyone to get their say in it. And next thing you know, you got the AI going crazy. Of course, people go crazy. And if you get too much information of wrong and right information, of course you're going to go crazy. It ticks me off when people lie to me. It makes me go crazy when I get false information. Of course, AI is the same way. You gotta think about it. The brains aren't that different. Either way, at the end of the day, it comes down to this. This is from personal experience. Like I said, I got my first laptop back in 2005 or 2006, and from there, I witnessed all this, and I basically everything I told you. This is from personal experience. You could take it as truth. You could take it as whatever you think it may be. Maybe you think I'm doing this for views or for a story or something like that. But when it comes down to it, all I gotta say is this. Look, before you go putting your kids on the internet, please give them a warning, because the internet is not as safe as it seems, as some like to think it is. And honestly, some people out there know it's not safe, and still they put their kids on it without any warning. I was one of those kids. No warning, just hopped right on into it. I had to learn the hard way about the bad people online. I had to learn the hard way about the hackers and the scammers. Yeah, it made me smarter, but in the long run, I could have avoided that. I could have been taught that right away from the bat. It ain't hard to teach about hackers and scammers and bad people online. Well, so for those watching this video, I just want you to take that at least from this video, if anything. Give warning before you give a device to your kid or to someone's kid, letting them online for the first time. Because there is bad people online. And at this rate, you can't really find the bad people. VPNs, so you could make your location, oh, I'm here in London, when actually you're here in the US. That's how VPNs work. And anyone could get a VPN. You could be coming out of the psych ward, and I know when you come out of the psych ward, you're not allowed to own a gun for 10 years, but you are allowed to get a VPN, change your identity online, and buy a gun from another place, another country. So, are VPNs really that helpful? For some cases, they are. Basically, for the famous people, they're helpful because it's hard to pinpoint them, hack them, and scam them. It's still doable, though. That's the thing. It's still doable, and that's what ticks me off. Is that they think they're untouchable. It's like, stop. You're just you're giving an app for the criminals more likely because it's more helpful for criminals than it is for civilians and famous people when it comes down to it. Because I can go online and look up, where's this famous person live? Okay, boom. Even if they got VPN, that's not going to trick me because the information's out there already. See? But with the criminal that's not becoming famous, they don't have that information out there about themselves. They don't want to be known. Some of them might, like dictators and stuff like that, but at that point, how you going to get them? You won't. You can't. So yeah, the internet world has been turning bad. My second world, basically. Well, I consider it as my first world. I consider real life as my second world. And now, they're both crap. So now my last place where I feel like I belong is here on this YouTube channel, here talking to you all. Well, honestly, on any of my platforms, really. Not really. Just here on the YouTube channel. Because I can keep the bad people away, in the comment section. You'll see comments from good people. I'll make sure that those bad people that with bad intentions are not able to reply to your comments and try to persuade you in any kind of way or form. At least I'll do my best. Because of course I could get lied to, I could get tricked. I'm only human at the end of the day. I just wish it would have turned out better. I really did. I had high hopes for the internet. But now, the internet's not as different as a ghetto. That's not how it's supposed to be. Well, this is weird. So, I've seen this happen before. I just never had it happen to me. As I was making this video, apparently Roblox has updated their site, so now it's Age for All. Exactly how I thought they could have fixed this problem. Now, of course, I wanted them to do this because, like I said, I've been using Roblox since 2007. I seen it where it was just like Age for Kids at first, and then like 6 years later, it added like teen games to it. And now we're here today where it has in for mature games. They don't have in for mature games yet because this has just now been added to Roblox. So they now they're allowed to make in for mature games. But already I see they're allowing some titles up there. Obviously are rated 18 and plus games. So this is good for Roblox because it's going to help Roblox divide. So yeah, this is a good sign for the internet, I guess. I mean, that's the best sign we got in a while. Of course, there's still a lot more things that need to be refixed, redone, to make it better, but I mean, at least Roblox is doing their part, so I gotta take back. Because before I thought, I was thinking, what are the Roblox creators thinking, to allow Newground characters on their site without having adult games or adult kind of humor allowed it. Well, now that problem's solved. The Roblox is made for all ages, like it should have been for a while now. But yeah, I don't know, I see it as like this, you got edgy people, now they're able to go to games that are edgy and communicate with other edgy people, and, of course you're still going to have some stragglers, wanting to cause problems for others. That we can't really fix at the moment. But at least we're taking some good steps. I'm glad for that. It might not be the whole internet, But even if it's just a part of the internet, it's a good sign. It's a good sign. I guess I should keep my hope up for the internet. And also AI, I guess. Yeah. Nah, I guess I know. Well, that's what I think was wrong with the internet today. And I see it's trying to get fixed, you know. They haven't gave up. They don't want the internet to be like real life. I'm pretty sure about that. Because real life ain't that great. Okay, internet was better. And right now it's becoming a little bit worse, a little bit more like real life. But still, that shows there's a chance that it could change back. History repeats itself, they say. For the better or worse, huh? Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Let's keep in hope that, the internet states keep on going to an awesome path instead of going to a plain path where it's like, TV cable and stuff like that. That's not what the internet's for. The internet's not for that. Look at that big squirrel. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for staying awesome. Peace out and later.